Trump just did to Russia blows the collusion theory to pieces by US4Trump.com. Earlier today, President Trump announced he is sending 60 Russian intelligence officers packing and herding them home. Also, he issued the closure of a Seattle-based Russian consulate office. President Trump has issued the expulsion of 48 officers from the Russian embassy and another 12 from the United Nations. As the White House statement said, the move is in conjunction with the NATO allies and partners around the world. The massive expulsion is in response to Russia's use of a military-grade chemical weapon on the soil of the United Kingdom, which is a complete and utter falsity. The closure of a diplomatic office in Seattle is because of the proximity of the submarine base and Boeing, as Kevin mentioned in the video below. The Russian collusion witch hunt is looking less and less likely. In closing, President Trump has laid down heavy sanctions on Russia. Now, with this huge expulsion of Russian intelligence officers, it appears Mueller and team are being exposed. The witch hunt needs to end if you think it's time for Mueller to drop the investigation into Russian collusion. I mean, I don't even know why Trump is doing this, because they have no proof. But, you know, let's see what his plan is. He must have some sort of a plan. Oh, gee. Come on.
Administration telling us they're taking this action in conjunction with other allies. As you pointed out, they want to make certain that the Russians know that their actions have consequences. This, of course, coming after that nerve agent attack. The administration telling us not long ago that the actions make us safer. It also reduces Russia's ability to spy on U.S. operations, announcing the closure of a diplomatic office in Seattle. The statement that we just got says, with these steps, the U.S. and its allies will make clear to Russia that their actions have consequences. And now, though, we also stand ready to cooperate with Russia, but that can only happen with a change in Russia's behavior. Now, we actually expected this to happen, Sandra. We were talking about it over the weekend as we joined the president down in Mar-a-Lago. They were very tight-lipped about the possibility of exactly how this would play out. Keep in mind, there are a number of stakeholders that have to be a party to this conversation. The State Department, the White House, and obviously national security folks have to be involved. But as you pointed out, dozens of Russian diplomats have been expelled. They will have, by the way, about 1 week to get out of this country, Sandra.
48 are at the Russian embassy, 12 are at the UN, and the White House noting, Kevin, that the closure of that Seattle facility, not due to any specific threat there, but due to the proximity to one of our submarine bases, as well as Boeing, of course. Meanwhile, Kevin, how concerned is the White House this morning about the impact tariffs will have on its biggest selling point, this strong economy?
Well, let's just put it this way. There was a massive sell-off on the market late last week because of the idea of these rumors of a possible trade war with China in particular. But if you take a look at the Dow futures, I love talking business with you because I know this is right in your wheelhouse. You take a look at the Dow futures, Sandra, and you can see that there is a reaction that's building now in the positive territory because there's conversation. And that's really what White House officials have been saying for quite some time. This is about leveraging and getting a conversation. We're looking for reciprocal trade rates. The president, meanwhile, was very strong in his opposition to that big omnibus that we talked about last week as well. So we've got tariffs, we've got the omnibus. A lot of people in Washington very upset that he ultimately decided to sign it. Listen to his explanation for why he did it and for why he'll never do it again.
To prevent the omnibus situation from ever happening again, I'm calling on Congress to give me a line item veto for all government spending bills.
Now, Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, was on Fox News Sunday. You may have heard him say in reaction to the president's line about a line item veto, it is unconstitutional. Chris Wallace making that point very clear, but what he was saying more broadly is Congress has to do a better job, Sandra. Give the president something more specific so he can continue to do the work of the American people.
Well, I don't know what Trump's plan is with this Russian scenario, because this seems like a falsehood to me, and I don't know. And I'm sure Trump knows it too, but he's got his plan Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.